You are the niche. Don't niche down. The most profitable niche is you.
I'm sure you've seen those videos everywhere, all over YouTube, telling you not to niche down, and that you are the niche. I mean, mostly coming from the larger creators who have pretty large and established audiences. I mean, if you are Gary Vee, you are pretty much the niche. Gary Vee could make a video about, I don't know, sheep farming in New Zealand, and he's going to get 10,000 people to tune in and watch him. For us, smaller YouTubers, it's not going to work quite so well for us. If your goal is to grow and to get monetized, then the idea that you're the niche is really bad advice, and it is not going to work out for you. You're going to end up in the no views, small YouTube hell for months, years, even decades. Okay, maybe not decades, but you get what I mean. You're going to be working hard and not seeing any results. And like I like to say,
ain't nobody got time for that.
So this is actually video 2 of my Ain't Nobody Got Time for That video series. Because listen, some of us have young kids. I'm a mother of 4. I don't have a lot of time. I know some of you are also mothers out there, or parents, where you work hard and you have a 9-to-5 job. And so you have to approach YouTube like it is a business, and you have to have strategy. So you can't just be listening to people who already have established channels and giving you advice that doesn't work for where you are and what stage you are on YouTube. So in this video, I'm going to share with you why you need a niche, and especially in 2025 because of the new YouTube algorithm updates. And then I am also going to share with you how you can quickly and easily figure out what kind of niche is going to work for you. So definitely stay tuned. So for you to grow on YouTube or pretty much any other platform, you really have to narrow your focus. And this is the growth stage. So no matter what anybody tells you, it is a fact that you have to narrow your focus and really focus on who you are speaking to as far as your audience, for you to grow on social media, or especially here on YouTube. And this is something that I did, and that's how I was able to get monetized in 5 weeks, because I really focused on who I was speaking to and talking to their pain points. And that's basically having a niche. So listen, I understand there's some people out there who are extremely exceptional, who are able to make videos and just blow up on YouTube without a niche, and they just go from 0 to 100,000 subscribers. But those are extremely exceptional people. So don't take that as a cue that that's what you need to do. This is even more true in 2025 because of there are 2 algorithm changes that YouTube has just implemented that are going to affect you very negatively if you don't have a niche. And I'm going to talk about that. So the first algorithm change that I'm going to talk about is something that is actually happening across the board, across all social media platforms. So social media is changing. It is completely changing, and 2025 is kind of like the turning point. So if you don't keep up with it, you're going to be left behind. And basically what's happening, and this is something that started in 2020 with the rise of TikTok, and by 2022, a lot of social media platforms were starting to do this. And what am I talking about? What I'm talking about is that social media platforms realize that the TikTok model is the model that actually works and creates more revenue for them. And they figured out that TikTok, the algorithm is optimized for people to stay longer on the platform. And how did TikTok do this? So instead of TikTok serving you content from the person you're subscribed to, TikTok just serves you content for the stuff that you're interested in at that time, based on what you are watching all over the place. So we've seen that a lot of social media platforms has started moving towards this type of algorithm. We've seen this on X, even on Instagram, and you see this a lot on YouTube. Like when you go on your browse page, you're not really mostly seeing people that you're subscribed to. There is a tab on YouTube that you can click on that kind of shows you what the people that you subscribe to are posting about, but really YouTube is mostly focusing on the things that you are interested in. So this is actually bad news for large creators and good news for us small creators, because it's not really going to matter how many subscribers you have if you are not serving them content that they're interested in. And I've actually saw a video by Think Media where the gurus were talking about how subscriptions, your subscriber count is now basically just a vanity number. So here's a video from Think Media where they're talking about how the subscriber count is not really going to matter going forward from 2025. So let's watch.
We are seeing more content from strangers than we are from the channels we're subscribed to, because content is what's rising to the top. Now, there's downside to this if you're established and you've been in this a while like you and I have, because there is this quote of subscribers don't matter. And there's a lot of truth to that you might have a lot of subscribers, but you're not actually getting the views or the reach.
And what he's saying is so true. Is it just me? But I have been noticing that a lot of these big YouTubers that have like, 500,000 or like 1 million subscribers, I'll go and look at their most recent videos and they'll have like, 3,000 views. Okay, so what does all this mean and how does it relate to the niche or not to niche debate? So this is how the algorithm in 2025 is working. When you post a video, YouTube is going to show your video to your subscribers first. And if your subscribers show interest in that video, it's going to start feeding it to other people who are not your subscribers. And that's how small YouTubers who are niched have been able to grow. Because think about it. If you post a video, let's say about minimalism, and that video is loved, your audience love it, they subscribe, and then the next week you're posting about gardening, and maybe you are interested in gardening, but maybe your audience who are interested in your video about minimalism, maybe they're not really interested in gardening. So they'll see that thumbnail, they'll see your video pop up about gardening, and they'll look at it and they're not really interested. So what happens then is that the YouTube algorithm will see that as a signal that people are not really interested in this video. And that's how you see you post a video and then it just starts going nowhere. So this is exactly why it is important for you to niche, because when you niche, the algorithm is going to love you because it is going to be predictable. So if you are posting constantly about minimalism, for example, when YouTube then shows your video to your audience, they're going to love it. They're going to continue to watch it. And so the YouTube algorithm is going to be like, great, I'm going to show this to more people who are into minimalism. But then when you post a video that's not related to your last video, that your audience, your current audience are not really interested in, the algorithm is kind of going to hold on to that video and then try to find maybe audience that are interested in that new topic that you have created. So this is the algorithm change of 2025, number one. So moving on to the algorithm change number two. So the second YouTube algorithm change of 2025 that is affecting the niche or not to niche debate is the fact that the YouTube algorithm is now optimized for something they're calling user satisfaction. And this is something that they feel keeps people on the platform for as long as possible. So what does this mean? They feel like the signal that your users are happy with your content is when they binge watch your content. That means they don't only watch one of your videos, but they watch maybe 2 or 3 or 4 videos of yours. So think about it. If you don't really have a defined niche, and one of your followers is one of your subscribers is on your channel and they like content about this one topic, they're not really going to go and watch all your other videos if they're totally unrelated. So when you don't have a niche, you don't really encourage that binge watching. So the binge watching signal is huge because this is going to signal to the YouTube algorithm that your content is very interesting and keeps people on your channel and keeps people on YouTube, and they're able to make big YouTube revenues. And so that means that the YouTube algorithm is going to absolutely love you and it is going to recommend your content. And I've seen this happen everywhere where people who just started recently I'm one of those people. I started my channel, I think it's been like 3 months, and I'm already at almost 4,000 subscribers. I'm sorry, not 4,000, 7,000. And I've seen a lot of YouTubers that are brand new that are just blowing up. And I've noticed that the trend is that they are actually niching down and they are talking to a specific audience. Here's an example here of a channel. Her channel is Money Making Homemaker. So she's talking to women who are maybe homemakers who want to grow their audience and they want to make money. And Silver and Solo is another example of another brand new YouTubers who just went from 0 to like 80,000 in such a short time. And she talks to people who are single, Silver and Solo. She's single and, she's got silver hair. She's in her 50s or 60s. And so she talks to that audience and her channel is blowing up. And this is the pattern that I've seen everywhere. So if you want to grow, you definitely have to niche. So let's just settle this to niche or not to niche debate once and for all. For you to grow as a small YouTuber, if you're still in the growth phase, you do need to niche. You do need to narrow down your focus. You do need to define who your audience is and who you are speaking to and speaking to their pain points. And then once you have established yourself and you have grown and you now have a bigger audience, then you can start broadening your niche and you can start experimenting with other things that are of interest to you. And I understand it is really hard to just stick to a niche and just talk about that one thing. And that's how I felt too, because I have so many passions that I would love to share and talk about. But I know it will be all over the place to where some of my audience, it resonates with some of them and it won't resonate with other people because I'm not really well known. So I am going to share the information that I feel like the audience that I have now is mostly interested in. Because I am interested in parenting. I could talk about parenting. I could talk about biblical marriage. I could talk about finances and wealth and all of those things. Those are all areas that the Lord has blessed me in that I would love to just share about. But I have felt like I need to narrow my focus so I can speak to specific people that are interested in the things that I am talking about. And what I felt with the direction of this channel is I felt that most people that watch this channel are really interested in growing their YouTube channels and making money online. And that is something that I can definitely talk about and have a lot of experience in, particularly the making money online side of it. So I have definitely decided to narrow my focus on what I am going to talk about. So what about your niche? I'm going to share with you how you can narrow down your niche. It's a quick and easy thing that you can do to figure out what your niche is. And here it goes. So what you want to do is you want to start asking your friends and family what you feel like you are known for. And you can maybe have them answer this question. I wrote it down. Let's see. So it would be your name is an expert at dash. So Tate is an expert at dash. And so you're going to ask your friends, you're going to ask your neighbors, your family members to tell you what you're really interested in, because you may not even get it. You may not even see it as something that you are well known for amongst people. And I'll give you an example. This creator here, who is a super famous creator, she probably has like, I don't know how many subscribers she has, maybe like 1 million subscribers. But she said she started out on YouTube in the makeup niche, and she realized that she absolutely didn't really like it very much. And so she started asking her family members, what do you think I'm really good at? And everybody, she just started to notice that there was a consensus that she was really good at social media. And everybody used to come and ask her about social media, about Instagram. She was just really good at social media. So she was like, oh, okay, I had never thought of that. So she started posting videos about YouTube and teaching people how to grow on YouTube, how to grow on Instagram. And now she's become a huge influencer. And she never would have figured it out maybe if she hadn't asked people, because it was something that she was overlooking. So that's definitely a quick trick that you can use to find your niche. I hope that helps you narrow down a niche for yourself. And, you know, if you're starting out, just experiment with different things, because it may take maybe 2 or 3 months for you to really figure out what you want to do. So don't be hard on yourself if you're just starting out, but just be aware that you need to start to narrow your focus in order to grow. And so that is my talk for today. If you are on a YouTube journey and need a quick start guide on something just to get you started, I have a short guide that just basically shares with you some of the easy to start with beginner tools that I use to shoot my videos. I also have some affirmations that I use to help me get into the right mindset, because you do need the proper mindset to be on YouTube, because it is very difficult and it can really mess with your mind. But if you have the right affirmations and you're speaking the right words over yourself and asking God to help you through the process, then you're going to see results. I also have some verbal hooks in that guide, which help you with your hooks for your videos so that you can keep your audience watching. Because when you create videos, you want to definitely hook your audience within that first 30 seconds. So I have some hooks that work for so many niches, probably all niches, that you can use with your video. So be sure to download that guide, and it is linked in the bottom. And thank you so much. And it's free. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.